everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have my new to me authors from 2019 that I discovered. They're either debut authors or they're authors that I just discovered for the very first time. I read them in 2019, and that was the first time that I ever read them. I got this idea from Julie from Pages and Pens, and I just felt like I wanted to do it as well because there are a lot of fantastic authors that I discovered last year that were either like I said, completely new to me, and I don't know how I didn't jump on their bandwagon sooner or what. So I just felt like I wanted to share them just in case you haven't discovered them yet. So I'm going to start with two authors that I read ebooks for. It's Brittany C. Cherry, and she wrote Eleanor and Gray, which I read in December and gave 5 stars, cried my eyes out. I cannot wait to get to Landon and Shay's story. I can't wait to read more by this author. I realized that there was a book that I've had actually on my want to read list for a long time that was apparently written by her. So she's definitely an author that apparently has been on my radar, but did not actually get on my radar until this year. So I really enjoyed her. Can't wait to read more of her books. And then there is Megan Quinn, who I also discovered during the number readathon, the buzzword readathon that Lala does with numbers. And I read 3 Blind Dates by Megan Quinn. And Megan Quinn just has a really easygoing writing style that I cannot wait to read more books by her. So 2 romance authors that I really enjoyed and cannot wait to read more by. Now, the rest of the books tend to fall into the categories of thriller. There's a couple women's fiction in here, but there's a lot of sci-fi thrillers in general, so I'm just going to get started. So the first author I want to talk about is A.J. Banner. I discovered her this year, and I've read 3 of her books. I read this one, which is The Twilight Wife. I read The Good Neighbor, and I read The Poison Garden, which is her newest release. There's only one other book that I haven't read yet, but it's on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited. I believe all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so you'll want to check her out there if you have that program. It's a very easy way to try her. I like her books because they're really short. They're very fast paced. They do have their flaws. I still give them 5 stars most of the time, 4 or 5 stars. But I think it's because I get so wrapped up into the pacing that I bypass the flaws. So I feel like she's definitely an underrated author that not a lot of people know about, but I really enjoyed her. I randomly grabbed this off Book Outlet last year because I was like, this cover's really pretty, and I've been obsessed ever since. An author that I feel like everybody loves, except I didn't realize I loved her till last year, was All the Missing Girls by Miranda. I had heard a lot of mixed things about this one because of the timeline, and I loved it. I really ate this book up. I then went on to read The Perfect Stranger. I own The Safest Lies. I have not read The Last Guest House yet because I have it pre-ordered to have the paperback because all my editions are paperback, and I felt weird having the one hardcover. So I waited it out. And I'll be getting that one in April when the paperback comes out because I already, like I said, I have it pre-ordered. But she's definitely an author that I want to binge her backlist titles, but I also want to read anything new that she comes out with. I feel like a lot of people discovered this author last year, and that is John Mars. He actually has a lot of books that have been out for a while, but for some reason he just started getting the buzz this year. He writes kind of sci-fi thrillers. This one has to do with finding your perfect match through DNA testing, which obviously is insane. His other one was about automatic cars that drive themselves. That was insane. I really cannot wait to try more books by him because they're just uniquely scary because they are set in the future, but they feel so realistic at the same time. So I think that's what makes them the scariest. Then Alex Michaelides, because of The Silent Patient. I did not give this book 5 stars. I'm sure you know that. But I still really enjoyed this, and I feel like he's only going to get better with the more books he writes. So I'm really excited to see what he comes out with next. A women's fiction author that I discovered was Christie Woodson Harvey. This is The Slightly South of Simple. This is the first book in the Peachtree Bluff series, and I read all 3 books. I really enjoyed them. They follow a mom and 3 daughters. Each book follows the mom, but each book follows a different daughter. You still see the other daughters through each book, but they obviously focus on one daughter each. So I really enjoyed this book. She's got another book coming out soon that I would love to get my hands on. They're simple beach reads that I really enjoyed. Then I discovered Liz Fenton and Lisa Stank. I always feel terrible pronouncing this person's name. I read The Good Widow, and then I read the two Lila Bennett's, Two Lives of Lila Bennett. No, I think it's the two Lila Bennett's, which I read free on Amazon Reading and through my Prime subscription, and I didn't even realize that they wrote both. Like, I had this on my shelf from Amazon Prime Day 2018, and then I read the Lila Bennett's, and then I read this and realized that they were the same authors. It was very strange. But I really enjoyed them. They're unique stories that are also on the shorter side. This one kind of follows a woman whose husband dies in Hawaii, which he wasn't even supposed to be in Hawaii. He dies with another woman in the car. And so her and the other woman's fiance, they go to Hawaii to try to figure out what was going on. And the two Lila Bennett's is awesome because it reminded me a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid's Maybe in Another Life, because they're parallel storylines that you don't know which is actually happening, which life is actually happening. So it was really fun, and I will definitely be checking out more books by them in the future. Everybody discovered this author if you were part of the book of the month or you got a review copy of it, but Taryn Fisher. And since The Wives, I've also read I Can Be a Better You, and I cannot wait to read more by this author because she just sounds amazing. I've read both of those, and I just feel like they were both addicting, and Taryn Fisher knows how to mess with your head. Cannot wait to read more. Then we've got Dear Wife by Kimberly Bell. Kimberly Bell is a new author, obviously, that's why I'm doing this video, that I discovered in November. This was her newest release, and I since have The Marriage Lie on my shelf and cannot wait to try that one. Simple, again, quick, fast-paced thrillers with multiple perspectives, short chapters, my cup of tea. Loved it. Can't wait to read more. Then I've got The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. This is a sister duo, and again, I now own another book on my shelf by them that I can't wait to read. They also have The Wife Stalker coming out this year. I cannot wait to read them. This has mixed reviews, but guys, I flew through this book. I really enjoyed this one. Then J.T. Ellison, for a big chunky thriller. You would think I would not like it after being I love all these short ones, but this one, very suspenseful, really good, flowed very nicely. She has a new book called Good Girls Lie that just came out, and I cannot wait to read that one. So definitely an author that I want to read her backlist and her current releases. Sally Hepworth, this was a new 2019 release that I got my hands on, and since then, if you watch my book outlet haul, you know that I've already bought another book by this author. They market her as thriller, but she's definitely more like a family drama, trying to figure out secrets kind of author, so I'm excited to see what her other books are like. This is The First Mistake by Sandy Jones. This came out in 2019, I believe, as well. She wrote The Other Woman, which I have on my shelf that I need to get to. She has a new book coming out called The Half Sister that I cannot wait to get to. This book was just really good. Again, another short mystery thriller that kept me guessing. I think I picked out one of the big twists at the end, but for the most part, most of the twists I didn't see coming, which is always my favorite. So definitely checking more of Sandy Jones out. I'm just going to show you this because I've been hitting you over the head like a brick with this series lately. Then there is Chanel Clinton. This is Next Year in Havana. This is a contemporary with a historical mix with it. I was really intimidated by this book. I thought I was going to hate it, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I was so scared. I have When We Left Cuba to read. She has another book coming out, What Happens in Key West or something like that, that's coming out this year, so I need to catch up. Cannot wait. Really enjoyed this one. And then the last one is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I was intimidated by this author so bad because I kept hearing sci-fi, and oh my god, it's so good. 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 That I was so scared I was going to be like, it's going to be awful. But then I heard somebody say it was a sci-fi thriller, and I was like, sign me up. So I read this one and devoured it. It was so good. Went on a couple weeks later to read Recursion. Dark Matter is still my favorite, but he's definitely an author that I'm going to want to keep reading. So those are all the books, the authors that I discovered this year, whether they were new to me, whether they were debut novelists. But Let me know who you discovered this year. Did we have anybody in common? Is there anybody that you're looking forward to trying in 2020? Let me know down below, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.